Let's start the show.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the ACM Show. I'm here with my colleague Chris and the General Manager of Ability Action Australia, Ali McLevine. McKelvin? Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the ACM Show. I'm here with my colleague Christian Sagan and also the General Manager of Ability Action Australia, Ali McElveen. Yeah?
Thanks for having me along.
How are you?
Thank you.
Ali, thank you so much for taking the time for us to come in and being on our show. Just a bit of background. So ACM Healthcare's had the pleasure of partnering with Ability Action Australia to help source allied health professionals nationally, primarily a team of occupational therapists with a smaller percentage of exercise physiologists and physios. So essentially I help to try to attract candidates that are not only passionate about working within the NDIS space and helping participants within the disability industry, but candidates that want to be supported by a large supportive organisation.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks for having me along.
Oh, absolutely. So if you could give me a 30-second elevator pitch, what is Ability Action Australia?
Ability Action Australia is a registered NDIS service provider. We offer and provide services, occupational therapy, exercise physiology and physiotherapy services in all states and territories around the country, with the exception of the Northern Territory. And we're looking to sort of further diversify that offering to be sort of comprehensive and a holistic service provider for NDIS participants. We are a values-driven organisation. One of our values is around tenacity, as we're sort of dedicated to working closely and partnering with individuals with a disability to help them achieve the goals that are meaningful for their lives. Another one of our values is around collaboration, so working collaboratively with the participant, their family members, and others that are involved in their care and their wellbeing. We understand that it's around teamwork to help them achieve what they want to achieve, and so they get more out of life today.
Absolutely. So Alison, you're not a practicing OT, but you've been an occupational therapist for the course of about 15 years. If we were to unpack Alison McElveen, like why exactly did you become an OT? Like what's your why?
Yeah, so my mum was a nurse and she worked her way to be a nursing unit manager. And so, from an early age, I was exposed to occupational profession in the health sector, in the health space. She sustained a sort of career-ending injury, and by virtue of that, I was working closely with an occupational therapist to look at vocational rehabilitation or alternative vocational options for her, and working through some of the barriers that the injury had created for her life. And so, I think that experience.
Catalyst.
Absolutely, wow. And provided an opportunity for greater insights into what occupational therapists do and the impact that they have on people's lives. Further to that, I had a relative with motor neurone disease, again, the occupational therapists were heavily involved in his care and wellbeing, and due to their interventions and their support, he was able to continue living in the community with his wife and his son, and maintain sort of ongoing independence in occupations that were really meaningful for him. And so again, I think that experience widened my understanding or increased my understanding of what occupational therapists do, what they do on a day-to-day basis can be life-changing for individuals that they work with.
So with your extensive experience as an occupational therapist, what changes have you noticed in the market throughout your career?
When I graduated, over 15 years ago now, it was, getting a role in paediatrics or in neuro or a rotation as a graduate in a teaching hospital was sort of highly competitive, and often occupational therapists, and I think broadly more allied health professionals, would commence their career sometimes in clinical areas of practice that weren't necessarily their preference or their first choice. And I mean, the NDIS has significantly shifted the landscape of what disability services look like in Australia, but it has also shifted the career opportunities for occupational therapists and elevated the profile of the profession. More people understand what occupational therapists do and the impact that they have on people's lives. And so fortuitously, due to those changes, occupational therapists that are graduating these days can pretty much elect which area of practice that they want to actually pursue a career in. And in most instances, there's an opportunity available for them and a role for them to be able to do so. So
Definitely a great time to be an occupational therapist.
it absolutely is. Yeah, that bit has shifted quite a lot. And I think, the changes that have occurred broadly in the health sector and in disability across Australia has meant that I think there is a challenge for industry and a challenge for the world of academia and government to review the requirement for occupational therapy services and more broadly allied health services and how we meet that need out there in the community. So the services are available and accessible and of a high quality, and not only for people with a disability but right across the health sector.
So why should candidates work for Ability Action Australia?
Yeah, it's a good question, and it's one that we regularly ask ourselves, and we should. I believe that we are an organisation that are committed to continuously improving as well, and continuous improvement is around looking at how we support our people, and then also what do the services look like for people that we partner with right around Australia in the disability community. So I think we have an authentic commitment to continually to strive to do better and improve in areas where we know we can improve. Another reason is around, I think, a commitment to learning as well and continuing professional development for our team right around the country that deliver important services.
Okay, so Alison, during my time at ACM Healthcare, there's been a ton of candidates that have been really passionate about working within the NDIS and disability space. But on the flip side, there's also been a bunch of candidates which might have left the NDIS industry with a bit of taste in their mouth because they haven't received the right amounts of support. At Ability Action Australia, what type of support do candidates expect to receive?
Yeah, I mean, I think the support starts from the outset, and part of the onboarding and induction experience for new team members is our Ready for Action program, which is a sort of bespoke 6-week program that covers off all the sort of organisational and operational requirements of their role.
Fantastic. Goes for an entire 6 weeks.
Goes for an entire 6 weeks, with sort of key learning objectives that are focused on what our new team members need to be across early in their tenure with us, and what supports they need as well in order to feel confident and competent around going out and delivering a good quality service to someone with a disability. Supervision is very important and something that we have looked at quite closely over the last few months. So each team member has a clinical supervision plan, and that's tailored to their needs.
So what, one-to-one supervision?
One-to-one supervision, and the frequency of that, the duration and the frequency of that is really dependent on the individual and what their needs are and where they're at in their career and the level of experience they've had previously in a disability role. And as you can imagine, there's quite a bit of variability between the support that's needed for a graduate and someone that's been operating in the disability space for a few years. In addition to the sort of individual supervision, we offer group supervision, and the group supervision is a great opportunity for us to tap into, I think, the knowledge and expertise of our clinicians right around the country.
Definitely.
So we'll have a sort of a subject matter expert in the area of assistive technology run group supervision from Perth, and have members of our team participate in that in Newcastle, Central Queensland, Sydney, and Hobart as well. So the individual and the group supervision we feel is a nice pairing and is a good way to support our people. In addition to that, we have a clinical excellence stream as well. So, and the clinical excellence stream focuses on looking at what are the tools and the support and the resources that our people need to do their work, and also looking at the sort of end-to-end learning and continuing professional development for our people as well. So, and the clinical excellence stream supports our operational leaders and our operational managers to ensure that we have that our people have the right levels of support to continue to provide high-quality services. And the other thing is around leadership and leaders within our organisation that are committed to working closely with their team members about what they want to achieve in their careers and where they want to go, and mapping out what that journey looks like. And as I mentioned before, I think we need to aim for people to join our organisation but then want to set up a career for their life.
Of course.
And that means us providing opportunities for them to continue to extend and grow, and carve out fulfilling and rewarding careers. And as I mentioned before, I think participants benefit from that too, because they have engaged, committed, happy and dedicated people that they're working with.
If candidates were to join Ability Action Australia, no matter what level of experience during their 6-week induction, they basically have the support to build their foundation to be successful with the company, and also their growth within the company for their career.
Yeah, I think that period also allows us to work with them around what their goals are and what their needs are, and identify that early and upfront, so we can put together and put in place a plan that will work for them, and a plan that their leaders can support them with as well.
So what do you feel is key to deliver high quality services to people living with a disability?
I think you need to put the participant at the centre and the heart of everything that you're doing. And look at what, keep focused on what's meaningful for them, and how you can effectively partner with them and take them along the journey in order for them to lead more sort of meaningful, fulfilling, productive lives. But I really do believe that putting them at the centre of decisions that we make and how we go about doing what we're doing is really important. I think the support for our people, so the learning opportunities, for our people, giving them opportunities to grow as professionals and extend their understanding and learning in areas of clinical practice, benefits the participant and the experience of the participant with our organisation. I think we should be constantly looking at how we can do things better and innovate in order to improve the service delivery, but achieve better outcomes, for individuals with a disability.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it sounds like you have a more tailored approach, not one, I guess, shoe fits all. So it's more tailored to each person or each of your clients as well, right?
Yeah, I think it needs to be.
Yeah,
it needs to be. So where people are at, the impact of their disability on their lives and on the lives of others in their family, what they want to achieve, where they want to go, who they want to be, is of course variable. And I think as allied health professionals, good quality service delivery is effectively analysing and assessing what that individual is struggling with and the challenges that they're facing, but further to that, how you can approach intervention to help them achieve what they want to achieve.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so Ability Action Australia is one of the many healthcare organisations that ACM has had the pleasure of partnering with. So if you're a healthcare professional in the job market and want a helicopter view of opportunities available to you, please don't hesitate to get in touch with me and the team today. And Alison, thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks very much for
how was
having
it?
me.
How was your first? I think this is your first.
No, it was, yeah.
Yeah?
It was fantastic. I really enjoyed it.
No,
actually.
for sure. Well, again, guys, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in a fortnight for another episode of the ACM show. See you guys.
Thank you.